Here we go. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Brandy, and I have debated for a long time on what to call my channel, and finally have landed on Sabrmoon. So, welcome to my channel. I live in California. I love things such as Disney, as is clear by this Megara sweater that I have on. Obsessed with Disney, okay? You might call me a Disney adult. I don't have an annual pass or anything. I don't go to the parks that often because I am poor. Also love things such as Hello Kitty, Sanrio, Pokemon. So you might just label me millennial. Poster child millennial. That's me. I own it. It's okay. Okay, so when I was debating on what my channel name should be, I was really going back and forth, and I feel as though that is one of the things that was really holding me back from finally just starting this channel and putting my content out there. I'm a very, everything needs to be perfect, okay? If I start a game of Animal Crossing and then I don't play it for a long time, and I open the game back up and my town is full of weeds and my house has cockroaches in it, and whatever, I am that person. I will just delete everything and restart my whole town from scratch, because I don't know, and everything always needs to be perfect and I don't really like that about myself. Nothing in this world is perfect, okay? I'm not perfect, and so this channel does not need to be perfect, but I do think that I landed on a good name. Sabrmoon. That's what my name is on TikTok as well, so if you come across this video, you can go follow me on TikTok. Was that even English? While I was trying to choose a channel name, it was either going to be Sabrmoon or Kitchen Stitch, and I'll get more into Kitchen Stitch later. Sabrmoon sounds like a weird name for a channel, I understand. Sounds a lot like Sailor Moon. We love her, okay? Love millennials. I'm gonna try to make this story as short as possible on how that name came to be. So let's start with the Saber part, because this really is a two-part story. Saber. When I was a kid in 2010, when I first got a Twitter account, MySpace was on its way out the door, okay? None of my friends were really using that anymore, although my profile was always looking bomb, okay? Twitter was kind of like on the rise. Like, people were leaving MySpace and just going to Twitter, and so I'm like, well, I guess I gotta go join my friends over there. It took me forever to pick out a Twitter handle. Like, nothing was really sticking, you know. I was in my little rocker scene phase also at the time, so, you know, I was trying to make plays on these singers and these bands that I liked, you know, make them fit with my name. Nothing stuck. It just didn't feel like me. And going into this is gonna sound stupid, like, how is this you? I don't know. But one day when I was just sitting there trying to figure out a new Twitter name for myself, I was watching Ice Age. This real story, okay? I was watching Ice Age, and Diego, the saber-toothed tiger, I've always liked him. He was like my favorite character in Ice Age because he was cool. And I'm like, man, like, saber-toothed tigers must have been legit, you know? I mean, I love tigers in general. Tigers are like my favorite wild cat. Probably my favorite animal. Wild animal. Anyway, I thought, Saber-tooth Brandy. That sounds kind of cool. Nobody has a name like that. So I went to make it my Twitter name, and at the time, Twitter, I think, only allowed 15 characters for a name, and the entire name, Saber-tooth Brandy, spelled out correctly, was 16 characters. It was one too many for Twitter. So I thought, okay, what's the least important letter I can just axe out of the name? And E, right? Because BR would still make a burr sound, so Saber-tooth Brandy with no E came to be. Up until literally this year, I finally deleted my Twitter. Wow. I've had Twitter for over 12 years, and just more recently, I've just kind of felt like I could not go on Twitter for more than 3 minutes without damn near having an anxiety attack. Like, there's just so much negativity on Twitter. It's not my place anymore. I was like, you know what? This isn't serving my life anymore. So I finally deleted Twitter. But that is where Sabretooth Brandy was born. The moon part of Sabrmoon. So I love Animal Crossing. I've been playing it. You know, I didn't have like a GameCube or anything when I was a kid, but one time, I don't even know how old I was, but my mom threw a party for me, and one of my gifts was a Nintendo DS Lite. You remember those? I think I still have it probably somewhere, but yeah, it was a DS Lite, and she got me Animal Crossing Wild World. Wow, did that game have a chokehold on me. I loved it. I still love Animal Crossing, okay? Like, anytime I can find time, I'll play New Horizons, you know, and then delete my whole town and come back to it and just, you know, whatever. But fun fact, the first time I ever played Animal Crossing, what was it? Wild World. You know, you're in the back of the cab and Captain is like driving you to wherever you need to go, and it's like a rainy night or whatever. I literally, you know, the internet wasn't super prevalent back then. You couldn't just run to Google and be like, what do I do at this part and this part of the video game? I was like just going in completely fresh to this video game, and I was having the time of my life, okay? When Captain asked me, like, where are you going to? I didn't realize that that was going to be the name of my town. So I said, home, take me home. And he's like, okay, home it is. And then there came the home museum and the home city hall, and I realized, oh, I named my town home. Kind of cute little story, but yeah, so going forward in the following Animal Crossing games that came about, I think the next one was New Leaf. That was the next one that I got anyway. New Leaf. When New Leaf came out, I still named my town home, even though I knew what I was doing at that time. I was like, it had like a, you know, a little sentimental feeling. I was like, I'm still gonna name my town home. But when New Horizons finally came out and, you know, COVID was running rampant around this world, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna name my town or my island home this time. I'm gonna come up with something clever. So I thought Moon Bay, B-A-Y, like, you know, like ocean and stuff, because it's an island. Fun fact about me also, I really like to crochet. So when I was making my Etsy shop, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make this cute and sound like my Animal Crossing town, island. So I called my Etsy shop Moon Bay Crochet with a Y. And when I was explaining it to my boyfriend, because he had a friend who wanted to like check out my Instagram posts with all my like crochet things, she asked him what was the Instagram called. So I said Moon Bay Crochet. And when he saw the way the name was spelled, he said, oh, you should have put an E instead of a Y. Like Moon Bay, like, you know, I'm Moon Bay. And I was like, that's really cute. So I made my Etsy shop Moon Bay Crochet with an E. And you can find it right now. There's only 2 things listed. Anyways, that's kind of where the moon part came from. Started from Animal Crossing. I now made it my crochet Etsy persona. When I was making a profile for PlayStation, because my boyfriend and I were gonna play versus each other on Crash Team Racing, favorite game in the world, might I add. Moon Bay was taken, right? Because that just kind of sounds like any other girl who likes Ariana Grande, right? Might name herself that. I didn't want to put Sabretooth Brandy. I just felt like that was too long. So I tried Sabrmoon and it was available. And I was like, okay, that's cute, whatever. That's all that was. When I was signing up for TikTok, Moon Bay obviously was taken. And again, I was kind of over Sabretooth Brandy, right? Like that was my 2010 self. So I tried Sabrmoon on TikTok and it was available. So I was like, you know what? This is gonna be me. When I was first getting the idea to start a YouTube channel and really like finally commit to this, I thought of a really clever name for my channel, which is Kitchen Stitch. I thought my channel will centralize around what the two of the things that I really love to do, which is cooking / baking and crocheting. Kitchen stitch. And I feel like I've been really like holding off on posting anything because I've just been feeling like it's too restrictive. And that sounds dumb. Like, I'm in control. I can do whatever I want. I can call my channel Kitchen Stitch if I want and then post different things. But I thought instead I would have a name that represents me as I feel that I am. And I'll probably have a segment on my channel called Kitchen Stitch, you know, where sometimes I might be cooking or baking and sometimes I might be showing you something that I crocheted. But I didn't want to make the whole channel based on that because there's so many other layers and things that I love to do. I don't know. There's just so much to me that I feel like I want to share that can't just be boiled down to being in the kitchen and crocheting, you know? So here we are, and I've landed on Sabrmoon. I feel like I've spent way too long talking about this. Oh my God, but I'm really excited. I'm very excited to finally be doing this. You know, 2023 to me really feels like the year that I am going to make my dreams come true. Ever since I was probably like 13 or 14 years old with my childhood best friend in my room, I was filming little videos with her and we would just be singing little dumb songs or talking about things like dumb little kid things like, oh, like who was your first kiss? And you know, I can think back to those times. I wish I could find those old videos. Like, it was a blast. And I was genuinely just doing it because it was fun. And to me, I think sharing my content, sharing my ideas, ever since then, since I was 13 or 14, has always been something that I've wanted to do. I don't put too much stock into astrology and zodiac signs. I like to be funny about it. I used to have a coworker who would like see somebody and then when they'd walk away, she would be like, oh my God, she was such a Libra, she was such a Gemini, you know, and it was always so funny to me, right? So I kind of picked up on that and I'd be like, that's definitely a Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? And it's just funny to me. It's not, I don't think any one person can ever be just boiled down to, oh, it's because they're a Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I always notice that people say about Sagittarius, which is me, okay, I was born on November 26th, better recognize. Sagittarius have like wanderlust, and Sagittarius are very non-committal. And I've always been so confused by that because I was always like, what are they talking about? Like, obviously I know not every person of a zodiac sign will fit the stereotypes of what people say that they are. But every time I heard non-committal when people were talking about Sagittarius, I was always like, I don't know. I took it personally because I'm like, I don't get it. I love my man, okay? If he were to propose to me right the frig now, I'd be like planning the wedding in 5 minutes, okay? What do they mean non-committal? But going back to my, restarting my Animal Crossing town because I didn't want to deal with the mess, right? All the weeds that I had to pull out and the cockroaches that I had to step on in my house and the new characters that I wanted to meet. Maybe I am kind of non-committal. Not in a relationship sense, but I have been dreaming of sharing my content and my ideas with the world since I was 13 years old. So why haven't I done it? It's been 14 years and I have never been consistent in just sharing what I want to share with the world. Honest to God, I really just want to do this because I love it. And I think I have so many great ideas all the time. And I'm not like trying to sound conceited or like full of myself. I just really think that I'm a genuinely creative person. And I think people might like my ideas, you know? And so this is something that I've always wanted to do. And so 2023 is the year that I am finally going against Sagittarius stereotypes. And I am committing to consistency. I finally come to terms with the fact that this isn't something that happens quickly, but I believe truly that, you know, if I am consistent, you know, and I've God on my side, which I always do, this content will reach the correct audience. And one day, just people will be, you know, excited when I post a new video, or just excited to see what I have to share. And honestly, if nobody else is, I'm excited. I am very excited that I get to share these things somewhere where, you know, anybody can see it. Dreams don't work unless you do. So I'm finally gonna start putting in the work, you know, no matter what the outcome, I'm gonna do it for me. I think I've pretty much hit on all the little bullet points that I wanted to hit in this video. Honestly, I literally did write myself a little list on things I should talk about or things that I wanted to mention. That way I wouldn't forget anything, and that way I wouldn't talk for that long, but lordy, it's been 23 minutes and here I still am. So things you can expect from me are crochet related videos, most likely pattern reviews, only because I'm not confident in my abilities to, I can't really just freehand things. I could, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? I really like to have a guideline. So I honestly buy a lot of patterns off of Etsy, and I just make things and hope that they come out well. And so I would love to kind of share pattern reviews with you guys, so that maybe you know whether or not you would like to buy that Etsy shop's pattern as well. And you know, Etsy shop patterns are really cheap for the most part. So, you know, just letting you know what I think of the patterns and stuff like that. And also, you know, the baking videos and even cooking videos. I want to try to start cooking things out of my comfort zone that I've never cooked before, and see how it turns out. And just in general, DIYs, things that I think of, because I'm not gonna lie to you, my love language is gift giving, okay? So I literally start planning people's Christmas gifts in April. I am that psycho person. You know, and people always look at me sideways for it, but you know, at the end of the day, seeing somebody's face light up from something that I give them or I've made them is the best feeling in the world to me. And so these types of things, or even just times where I feel like just talking or vlogging, these are all the types of things that I plan on uploading on this channel. And I really hope that you come along for the ride. I really appreciate you watching this video if you watched it all the way to the end, and thank you so much. A like and a subscribe would really help me out if you genuinely liked it, okay? I'm not gonna force you to like it if you didn't like it. Thanks so much, and here's to making our dreams come true. See ya.